All right, this is big time. I had the pleasure yesterday of talking to a member of the divested community, and she was telling me about growing up in Chicago and why they decided to leave Chicago. She told me a little bit about Obama's position before he became the president. And she said that she would be willing to come back on my stream and talk again. And I found that very thankful. And so, not to waste her time, I tried to think about some questions that I wanted to ask. And if she comes on, that's great. And if not, hey, no problem. You can always cover some more crime in Philadelphia and some news that's happening. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth. Just going to check my notifications, see if she reached out and said anything. So I'll reach out to her right now. Notification. That way, at least there's some form of communication, kind of like a comment board, which is nice. And the questions I wanted to ask her today, I had to write down, so we'll bring them up right now. And of course, the last question is going to be one of the real ones I want to get to. But the questions I wanted to ask her would be, because she told me she has children. So I wanted to go from her perspective on how do you keep your children from adopting Pookie and Ray Ray's culture, and just see what her ideas were on that. I wanted to ask her, as a member of the divested community and as somebody who listens to and encourages other women, other Black women to become divested, how does she identify a woman in her community who's ready to take those steps versus a woman who identifies with the thug criminality culture, aka a mammy? I then wanted to show her 2 videos and ask her opinion. I'm going to save the last video as a surprise, not an ambush, but I want to hear her honest opinion. But something else I want to show is a video from the looting in Buffalo, which I have found footage of, which is essentially, I have it on Twitter. So thank God for Twitter, because if it was the media, we'd have no idea that any of this happened. So going to be going back and forth in the comments. I think she said 8:15, so I might be streaming for a little bit. So what we'll do is I'll keep checking in. Seeing if she's reached out to me or not on my comments. And what we'll do is let's go to some Philly news. And I'll keep coming back here to check. So let's just check on some local Philly news. And let's just cover some things I think are funny. And again, we're just going to go Fox, Philly local news. All right. So here's the father of the woman who was beat up by juveniles. I believe it was like 7 blacks and 1 girl who looked white, maybe Hispanic.
We have new details tonight.
And this wasn't in North Philly. This was at 15th and Chestnut. So this is right by City Hall. And again, I hate the news because the news never says Pennsylvania is a shall issue open carry state, meaning you can buy a gun and you can carry it. This isn't New York or New Jersey. You don't have to be rich or a celebrity.
And that brutal and just seemingly random attack of a woman in the heart of Center City, caught on video. Police say all of the suspects are teenagers.
All suspects, teenagers.
Young teenagers. Chris, you've been...
And we have pictures of their face. They're not, some of them are not wearing masks. So again, protected class.
Working this case at least the last 24 hours here. And what's happened here in the last day?
Well, Jason, police sources telling me that all 8 of those suspects have been identified, and most, if not all of them, are teenagers no older than 15.
Extremely violent. And I mean, this could have been murder. It's as hard as she was kicked and pounded.
The father of a Center City woman speaking with Fox 29 tonight about the brutal, seemingly senseless attack that left his 34-year-old daughter unconscious on the corner of 15th and Chestnut Street.
I love ninjas, don't you?
It was around 7:15 Thursday night, February 23rd, on her way to a hair appointment when she was attacked by a group of 8 juveniles.
Someone tapped her on the shoulder. She turned around and they smacked her in the head. She went down. After that, we have video of her head being stomped on. Someone kicked her in the face.
Within hours of releasing this video, Philadelphia police identified most of the suspects. Sources say they are all 12 to 15 years old, and some were turned into police by their parents. The woman, who lives just a couple blocks away, still doesn't know why she was attacked.
I don't know if this was racially motivated. I don't know if it was some sort of an initiation. I don't know if they just enjoyed the violence, but this behavior is just subhuman.
This longtime Chester County doctor.
Wow. Wow. I'm not used to hearing those words from a white person. I'm used to hearing, oh, the poor criminals, systemic, institutional. My daughter has to go through this, restore. Wow. I want to hear that again. Subhuman, hate crime, racially motivated. I'm not used to that.
I don't know if this is racially motivated. I don't know if it was some sort of an initiation. I don't know if they just enjoyed the violence, but this behavior is just subhuman.
This longtime Chester County doctor says his daughter suffered a broken orbital bone, had stitches and lots of bruises, not to mention the mental scars. She'll most likely be moving out of the city because of the crime. The attack happened just 2 weeks after another similar attack just 7 blocks away near Rittenhouse Square.
The great majority of people that live in Philadelphia of all races just want to get along and
weak
and enjoy the city. I know that, but it's these bad actors that pop up need to be punished.
No, you need strong. They enjoy what they're doing to you, old man, and they know they're not going to be punished. That's why they're doing it.
Now, police
but I guess he couldn't say string them up by a tree, could he? I mean, he could.
Received a flood of tips and information regarding this as soon as those images were released yesterday. And we can tell you that we are told that charges could be coming by the end of the week, guys.
Those photos were clear as day, and it didn't take long for people to identify them. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. So what does that mean? Does that mean they were snitched out? All right, well, I have another one I want to show. Not just local news, but I want to show what's happening as more and more of your kids. Because a lot of Philly parents have been pushing their kids out into the burbs, and they don't change their culture. So,
and now to a big concern for a suburban school. Parents say the bullying and fights are out of control.
And they say it's leaving their kids in near constant danger. Chris, parents and even township leaders went to the district in Upper Chichester tonight.
Yes, guys, this was a series of recorded fights that were held on school buses, inside of hallways, even inside of classrooms here inside the Chichester School District. It has parents wondering about their kids' own safety, let alone their education. Just days into a new school year, chaos on the
who dat? Who dat?
school year, chaos on the school bus. A recorded beatdown.
Who got purple hair and climbs over seats? Who is that?
Of a 9th grader at Chichester High School making the rounds on social media. Bullying, a main topic at tonight's school.
Wow, look at this. Okay, so what I see here are I see a bunch of white people who are too weak. I see a bunch of white people who will not protect your children. That's what I see.
Meeting.
I have so many parents tell me that their kids are afraid to go to school. They're afraid they're going to be picked on. This is not right. The bullying's got to stop.
The fights are in this.
It's not going to, because the new trend is that black people see, there's this thing that white liberals and Democrats and black people have psychologically brainwashed you. It's called the school to prison pipeline. And you think that shit's real. And essentially, you believe in it so much that now you won't even punish the kids that are being the most violent in your school.
Stairwells. The classrooms. There's even Instagram accounts that keep popping up featuring student fights at Chichester.
These kids will fight adults, they don't care.
Jennifer Frazier says 2 of her daughters are currently being bullied by classmates and are afraid to go to school. How is the school handling it? Well, every day her daughter needs to request a flash pass to raise in the classroom when she's getting bullied. Her mom says that may even lead to more problems. Her daughter is just sad.
It makes me feel like I'm not safe.
Frazier says every week her daughters are showing her new.
Yeah, but the problem with your community is if these white people actually do what it would require to make you safe, let's say they went, all right, bullying done. We're now going to have a school police force. We're going to have 2 police officers in every hallway. And if something happens, they're going to come in and slap the cuffs on you and arrest you. Do you think this mom would suddenly go, what you arresting my boy for? What you arresting my girl? Do you think this mom would support that? I mean, I don't know, because your community never seems to speak out against other people when they do it to you. I mean, I don't know what to say. Will you allow these white people to do what they have to do? So basically, they have to treat the school like a prison. But that's racism, right? So when we actually hire the security guards, if we hire cops and they're patrolling with guns and they get physical with your kids, are you going to fucking march and protest and call it racism?
It makes me feel like I'm not safe.
Frazier says every week her daughters are showing her new videos just like this. She says students and teachers are afraid.
And you see, here's another problem. This woman is way too fat to be a teacher. You cannot. There should be a physical requirement to be in these zoos.
Like this. She says students and teachers are afraid.
My worst fear is losing a child because no one is stepping up to take accountability.
They have a policy. They react to it.
The school district says it can't comment on specific student matters, but they are aware of the videos and had a meeting with school resource officers to discuss the recent incidents.
If someone is concerned about going to school, they should notify the police. They should notify the administrators. If it's a true threat to their personal safety, they need to notify someone.
I would love to see the Chichester School District actually come together with the community and come up with some solutions.
But okay, and all right, you lost me. Here's where you lost me. The kids of your community are fuck ups. So you've already failed. Do you understand? Maybe not your kids specifically, but it's your community that's fucking up the school. Why would they involve you in solving the problem? You're the reason the problem exists. Do you understand? Your community is creating the problems. Henceforth, ergo, therefore, you don't know how to solve them. If you knew how to solve the problem, would you have it? That's the part where you lose me. Why do your kids are fucking it up for everyone else, so you can't parent, you can't be good parents. If you were good parents, would your kids act this way? But now you expect the school to work with you to why? You can't do it. You lost me. That makes no sense to me. It's here to say that
They need to notify someone.
I would love to see the Chichester School District actually come together with the community and come up with some solutions.
And this guy's full of shit too.
If someone is concerned about going to school, they should notify the police. They should notify the administrators. If it's a true threat to their personal safety, they need to notify someone.
I mean, this guy's full of shit too. I mean, how many videos have we seen? You're acting like there's no evidence of what's happening. We have all these videos. Of course it's happening. What the fuck are you talking about? Notify the police. They just said they happen every week. So they're happening. You have the evidence. But see, they don't want to be involved either. You see this? Nobody wants to actually do what the fuck they have to do.
Someone.
I would love to see the Chichester School District actually come together with the community and come up with some solutions, permanent solutions for our kids in our school district.
Yeah, but you don't want to hear the solutions. The solution would be the people who are causing trouble, you kick them the fuck out and they're done. That's the solution. There's a majority of people fucking it up for everybody else. They don't deserve to be in the school. Period. That's it. They can get a job at McDonald's, and then when they do all their fighting and shit, they can get fired.
Now, school district administrators declined to go on camera tonight to talk about the school district bullying policy, only giving me a printed copy of that policy, a policy that does not include, Sheba, those flash passes.
All right, Chris. Thank you for bringing us.
Well, the flash pass was probably an idea to let the kids be aware of what's happening. I don't think that's a bad idea, but I don't think the teachers understand that that's something that can be taken from the students, and that's something that can be used against the student. The black community's mean, bro. If they know you have something if they know you're snitching on them, if they know you have a piece of paper that says they're being snitched on, they're going to go for that piece of paper. That's a very temporary solution. You need force. Here's another one.
Guys, I know you think all those puzzle ads are fake, but today I finally found the game. Ebony.
We want to get
Sure, bro.
back to our breaking news that we've been following in the Northeast. A mother and daughter both shot in Holmesburg at a pizza shop. Shawnette, what can you tell us?
Well, Sheba, that mother and daughter you just mentioned, I'm told, are in stable condition at the hospital after what police say is basically a robbery gone bad. I'll step out of the way here to give you a live look at the scene. We are on Frankfurt Avenue. You're looking at the outside of Mayfair Pizza Place, which is where police say this all happened. We do know that the mother is 66 years old. She was shot in the stomach. The daughter, 34 years old, shot in the shoulder. Again, both in stable condition. This is a family business. We're talking a mother, her husband, and their daughter who work here. Here's what police tell us as we take a look at some video from Sky Fox a little bit ago. Police say that a 19-year-old man, the suspect, walks in to Mayfair Pizza and asks for money. They said he points a gun at the employees and then fires 3 shots. Again, one hitting this mother, 66 years old, in the stick, the other hitting 34 years old in the shoulder. At some point, police say that the husband of the woman and the father of this daughter, then jumps on this guy. We're talking the gunman here, along with two maybe other employees, as well as several customers who were in the store. They managed to take him down, subdue him until police were able to get there.
I would have been 100% fine with this father husband taking this guy's gun and blowing him shooting him in the face. Would not have bothered me in the slightest. The idea that you even detained, no, bro. You shot my wife and kid in front of me, you're dead. And if I was on the jury for this guy, not guilty. But he took the law into his own hand. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Police said they were able to take him into custody.
I applaud these people for what they did. That's very brave. That not everybody has what it takes to confront an armed shooter. Not everybody has what it takes to see two people be shot for nothing. And again, I like how they hide the identity of the shooter. What they did was very brave. I'm not saying that they weren't brave. They were. But I'm saying personally, if you shot my wife and kid in front of me and I got the gun away from you, I'm killing you. Every bullet in that gun, or I'm beating you to death by pistol whipping you. Too soft.
That 19-year-old, they do all.
And again, the police weren't there. These people had to do the job of the police, right? The police were not there. You can say whatever you want to say about what I'm saying, but this shooting happened and there were no police there. So you need what you need when it happens, because it can happen.
Also have the
But of course, had they shot this kid, his mom, you shot my baby. It's all bullshit, man.
Weapon that they say he used in the shooting, again, fired 3 shots inside the store here. Police say in the store, of course, signs of a struggle. There are money on the floor, the counter shaken. But again, this ended the best possible way. We do know, again, sad to say that these workers, a mother and daughter, were shot, but they seem like they are going to be okay, is what I'm told, in stable condition. The gunman, suspected gunman, in the hospital. Police say that they are looking at video from cameras outside businesses here on this block. They said they've already looked at some of it that shows the suspect walking into the store, is what we're told. But again, that suspect in custody tonight after trying to rob Mayfair Pizza, a family inside, a mother and daughter shot. That husband, other customers and other workers managed to get the suspect and hold him till police got there.
Should have beat him to death. I would have been 100% fine with that. Yeah, I'll probably walk. Yeah, no description of the suspect. Yeah. 2 counts of attempted murder. He could do this. He would have to do this at least 48 more times. That's insane. All right, let's check on a couple more. Let me see if anyone's coming in. I don't think anyone's coming in. Fox Philly local news. This is all Philly. This is all last night. So let's see. See what happened last night. Yeah, so some people would ask, "What's the answer?" And this is this is the answer. A commercial is the answer. Let me check and see if anyone's reached in or reached out to me. No, I don't see anyone. Everyone keeps saying, "What's the answer?" and no one likes it.
For you, would this make you feel safe? Take a look. A security guard armed with a semi-automatic weapon. It's happening at a North Philly gas station. The owner coming up with the idea to scare off criminals. If you saw this, this is our go vote for tonight. Would you feel safer or uncomfortable? So right now the vote is 65% of you saying safer, 35% uncomfortable. So be sure to vote at fox29.com/go vote. Shawnette, you spoke with the gas station owner who says this is needed to keep.
Now, this woman's always out in the news reporting on robberies and shootings. So she knows it's Pookies and Ray Rays from her community fucking up the city. But notice the questions. Notice what happens when somebody takes a stand against her community. Notice the questions she asked the person.
Both his workers and customers safe.
Yeah, interesting listening to those numbers you just gave us, Sheba.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting that people would rather protect themselves, right? Interesting. Interesting guns make people feel safer. Isn't that crazy?
But so the store manager says that he had to do something more than call 911. And most customers, I'll tell you, that I talked to this evening on and off camera say that they support this, but there were a few who say they don't believe this is the right approach.
So let's talk to those people and give their voices, give them the loudest voice, because we don't like it when people stand up to the black community.
Hired security.
We're allowed to rob you and kill you and take your stuff and destroy your store, and you're just supposed to accept it because systemic institutional racism. Oh, wait, you mean you're going to fight back? That's racist.
Strapped with AR-15s or shotguns, standing guard.
Oh, my God.
And walking the property of this North Philly gas station and convenience store.
They don't even know what the gun. I mean, I'm not surprised they don't know what the guns are.
This is supposed to be a city, right? And you got the kids walking around. Guns like this should be on the battlefield.
Your key, yeah, of course. Let's not interview anybody who thinks it's a good idea. Well, let's see.
Corey Berry says she's on board with it.
If you're trying to get gas, you live in a bad area, and the only place is here, and they're getting robbed all the time, I mean, I support the owner.
Neil Patel is the manager of this Carco.
Ah, so here's why they can't be racist. It's a brown guy. See, they can't cry racism right now. If this was a white guy, this conservative white Trump supporter thinks you got to kill black people. No, it's an Indian guy. So they can't say racism.
Is the manager of this Carco shop franchise at Broad and Clearfield.
We are tired from this all nonsense. Robbery, drug trafficking, racketings, all kind of hanging around all gangs.
He shared with me these videos of what has led up to this drastic response to crime at his business. Over the past few weeks.
It's not a drastic response. See how they frame all this stupid shit? This is Philadelphia. This is Pennsylvania. It's an open carry state. You should be allowed to walk down the street with a rifle, and the cops just should fucking go fuck themselves. But
he says his store was
Philadelphia is actually the only city in Pennsylvania you're not allowed to open carry. You have to conceal. So
trashed by young people, an ATM stolen out of the store, and he says his car was vandalized while parked at the store.
They're forcing us to hire the security, high-level security, state level. I am fear for my safety of my employee as well as my nice neighborhood, all customers.
So 3 weeks ago, he hired the Pennsylvania site state agents.
We wear Kevlar. We are trained. My guys go to training every other week. They're proficient with this. They're proficient with their taser.
Andre Boyer is the chief of the company.
good finger discipline.
Andre Boyer is the chief of the company.
As a Pennsylvania state agent, that's what it says. The law tells us that we have a right to protect this property in any means necessary. And whatever force necessary.
Oh, I love this sign. I fucking love this sign. Right. Fuck around and find out. This sign stops more crime than a no gun zone, but liberals will never fucking liberals and Democrats will never fucking understand that.
Necessary to be used to protect it.
This man told employees he's against it. I asked Patel.
Yeah, and I wonder if this guy speaks out against your community fucking it up for everybody else. I'm curious. Fucking it up for everybody else. Let me do something. Let me pull up something right now. Let's stop for a sec. Let's look up something right now. All right, we're gonna come back to this. 1 second. Still don't see my person, but again, I'm just curious. So let me switch screens. So a couple months ago, this Wawa was looted in Philadelphia, right? All black kids just came in and just being wildin', right? Right? Yo, bitch, fuck your bitch. Look how fat you are. You don't need another sandwich, bitch. You need a treadmill. Right. So, again, I just wonder, these people in this video, why is it they never speak out against, do these people speak out against their own people doing shit? Like, will this guy speak out? Will he condemn the black kids in his area fucking it up for everyone else? It just always seems like there's such a large number of black people who just think that they're allowed to destroy your business and destroy your neighborhood and rob you and beat you and kill you. But then suddenly, like, they act like that's just what they're allowed to do. I just don't fucking understand that.
About it. They feel like using guns, when we have such a big problem with guns in the city, is not the right message.
And that's not a right man.
You're not allowed to protect your property. Why are you protecting your property? Why are you defending yourself? Oh, we have a gun problem. Yeah, you also have a DA who, up until this point, wasn't charging black criminals with gun charges. You have a Soros-funded, every single time, district attorney who isn't punishing black criminals. And you're forcing this guy. I just find this unbelievable. So you think this guy, so this guy is supposed to leave? What are his options? Leave, defend his property and his employers. And everyone, you're going to defend yourself with the same things that the bad guys use to commit crime? That's so weird.
Understand that, but according to some people, violent people, they carry the gun. Then they're not afraid then, and this is the protection for.
Yeah, see, they're providing a safe place for these people to go. The police cannot be stationed here 24/7. So this guy has to actually hire armed security with long guns. He has the money to do that.
And the customers.
We have to defend the customers and my employees. What a based guy. He's looking out not only for himself and his employees, but the people who shop at his store. And look how mad she is. I can't believe that you would use the Second Amendment to fight my people who are destroying Philadelphia. How dare you? But you can't use the typical race card because it's a brown guy who's the owner, and it's a black guy who owns the fucking security company. So she can't use the race card. So now she got to just, sit and spin.
Said that people who are against this are concerned about the armed security, but they should be concerned about the bad guys who are out there carrying the guns. Meanwhile, Patel says that he's had a store there for about 20 years. He said the crime has gotten increasingly worse just over the past few years. And he tells me that in the past 3 weeks, he hasn't had any issues with the crimes.
There you go. So by putting in armed guards, all this bullshit stopped. See, this is what you need at these schools. This is what you need at Temple University. If you had 2 or 3 of these guys walking around the school, shit would stop. And look, if we're going to have a Kyle Rittenhouse moment where some dumbass kids try to run up on one of these guards and take their gun, well, that's just Darwinism. Okay? You're in a school. Do your fucking homework. There's no... I understand that a lot of the black community doesn't value education to that capacity. The white man's education, whatever you want to call it. But, you know, you shouldn't assault people for no reason that are trying to guard a school, you know? I'll see. Let me check again. Let me see if I can get a response, if she's logged in or anything. Might be 9:30 or 9:15, so I'll come back. Yeah, I don't see anything. So, I mean, what kind of person would be upset at you defending your property? Think about that. Hey, it would be like if we lived. Imagine if we lived a couple hundred years ago, like let's say the 1600s, and you had thieves roaming the countryside with swords, and you owned a market, and you said, the bad guys have swords. We need swords to defend ourselves. And imagine if a bunch of people said, oh, well, you can't use those swords. Those are deadly. Like, just think about that. Why am I not allowed to defend myself? Why do you have an issue with me defending myself and the people who work here? Again, I believe in the police, but the police cannot always be the police. 99% of the time, the police are not there. Oh, I'm not blessing Israel. Jesus. All right, let's see if we can find one more. Let's see. Hope to reach Philadelphia's youth. All right. So let's see. Let me see. Programs. Let's see. Save our streets.
We want to do more than just report what's happening on our streets. We want to help save communities by shedding light on those who are out.
By calling, yes, we want to save our community by calling police racist and saying that black people have the right to just rob that Indian man. Why does that Indian man think he has the right to use the same tools that the black criminals are using? No, you're not allowed to fight back.
Out there trying to make a difference.
So a group of students aged 13 to 19 have been practicing for a play about how one gun can pass through different hands and impact so many lives.
And really, it's about different scenarios that are affecting our young people in this city.
No, see, there we go. See, now the gun violence is affecting every community. No, black criminals are affecting the community.
This city. So it's called the Childhood's Lost Chronicles. And it's directed by our next guest, Bilal Islam. And then beside him, Khalik Hayes, who's the creator and producer. You guys are a team on this one.
That's right.
And you brought along student actors to perform excerpts before this weekend show. It's kind of a preview of what people can experience.
Yeah, somewhat of a preview. It's like an appearance, not a preview, but so much more happens.
That's true.
Well, the play is fairly long, isn't it? It's over 2 hours.
It's about 2 hours, 10 minutes long without intermission. With intermission, probably 2 hours and 30 minutes.
What's your goal with it?
Well, my goal is to give an understanding of what's going on in our streets with our teenagers, our youth. Try to get them to understand that before they make a choice of doing something, maybe they can see something like this and figure, well, you know, maybe I should think about it.
You know, instead of just talking.
I think you should rap about it. So I'm just curious, how many black kids in Philly go to plays? And in all honesty, like if they went to South Philadelphia High School, or they went to Roman Catholic, or they went to Overbrook, or they went to Roxborough, or even they went to some schools outside of Philly, like Upper Darby or Academy Park. I just wonder conduct a poll. Ask all the black kids, would you rather go to a play or to a rap concert? And maybe that's not fair. Just ask them, hey, would you go see a play? And just see what they would say.
About acting it out.
I'm assuming that the black population, I'm assuming they don't see many plays. That's just me.
Is that the point?
Exactly. Really.
I don't think this is a bad idea, but to me, this is like one of those programs you spend $1 million on, and out of 100 people, you reach one. And it's like, if you had just done other things, you wouldn't have had to spend all that money, you know?
Just seeing other young people go through situations that they can often find themselves in, whether it's directly in front on, related to a friend. A lot of everything we show is relevant to their situations every day. So we just create an opportunity where they can see it.
Is it relevant to black kids who move away from Philly? What about black kids? What if okay, let's hear that again. And let's hear that again.
They can often find themselves in, whether it's directly in front on, related to a friend. A lot of everything we show is relevant to their situations every day.
See, I disagree with that. I think if you took a black kid and you sent him to the school in Chinatown, I don't think any of these situations in this play would apply. I wonder why they can't ask that question. So the real question is does this play only relevant because it's more black people? Seriously, if you took a black kid and put him in a Chinese school, would any of the things in this play happen at the Chinese school? Chinatown doesn't have these problems. It's not to say there's not crime in Chinatown, but it's just the way they frame it. They try to deconstruct, oh, every community is suffering. Every group of people. No, it's just your community. It's the black community that has this problem, not you. Not me. My community has different problems.
So we just create an opportunity where they can see it before it happens. So if they're ever in these situations, they just make better choices. They got a reference to build from, so that they don't make the mistakes that we see happen so often.
So really, Fleek, it's about reaching them in a different way, using
exactly.
everything we can to try and touch them about what's happening in our city.
So it's a 2.5-hour play, but we're going to give you just little small snippets of it. Let's set up this particular scene.
Well, this particular scene is about two friends that are involved with an argument through social media.
It looks
social
like
media is a big one.
They're arguing in a classroom.
Right, and the mother told one, look, leave it alone, too much going on with the social media stuff, leave them girls alone.
Okay, take it away, young ladies.
Yeah, maybe 8:15 is 9:15 where she is. She is in Chicago, so I'll pop on again at 9:15.
Bro, I can't believe my mom was serious about us not entertaining that social media stuff and coming up to the school. It was never that serious. We can handle it ourselves.
You know what? You're right. We can't handle it ourselves. So let's go meet up with them at the school.
Wait. Sarissa, what?
What? You heard me.
I heard you, but didn't you hear what my mom said last night?
I did, but we go to school with them every day. She doesn't.
I understand that, but my mom was serious about us not entertaining that social media stuff. And I don't want to get in trouble. Sis.
You're not going to get in trouble, and nothing is going to happen.
How do you know that?
Because I know everything.
You think that?
I know everything. But I promise nothing is going to happen, and I have your back.
All right. Okay. But we have to get back to my house before my mom gets off work.
We will.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
So she's doing a lot of promising that nothing bad's going to happen. So we'll see how that plays.
Thank you, narrator. Jesus Christ. You're not contributing, bro.
Out.
But that's how a lot of this starts, right? It's something that's said in social media, and they want to address it or handle it their way.
Exactly, and it often ends in tragedy. You know, they don't see how bad it could get. So a little social media beef going back and forth. Mom already told them, you know, don't go that way. A lot of times they don't listen to mom or dad. They make these decisions.
Is there a dad?
You got one girlfriend who's
Is there a dad to tell them?
pushing her, pressing her, and
I'm surprised they couldn't ask their baby daddy.
the outcomes always, most of the time end up devastating, especially now.
Let's see how another situation turns out. This time on a playground.
No, this is the same. This is the same situation, right? This is what happens after the fact.
This is in Act 2. Yes, this is after the fact.
I never meant for anyone to get shot. Me neither. But somebody did. And all because of a boy? You're right. Maybe I shouldn't have been such an instigator. And she would have never been killed. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. No, hey, look at me. Hey, it's not your fault, okay? There's not one person to blame. It's on all of us. Okay, we should have just found a common ground to get a better understanding for what was needed for the situation. We should have just talked it out and not allowed for things to go as far as they did. You're right. But, Ty, Monique and I pushed you to fight. You never wanted to fight. You just wanted to leave. Yeah, but I did. And I didn't have to fight just because you told me to. I should have made a better choice, and that was to talk. And after what happened, Malika will never be the same again. Yeah. After hearing that she got shot, and later finding out that she died, that stuff really messed with her. It's just so sad how this has changed so many lives.
Okay, see. All right, right there. See how I hate this. I hate this too. It's changed so many lives. I'm gonna put you guys on the scale. Is the person who's dead the one who suffered the most? I'm gonna say yes. See how they're now making it about them? Let me hear that. Let me hear that again.
You never wanted to fight. You just wanted to leave. Yeah, but I did. And I didn't have to fight just because you told me to. I should have made a better choice, and that was to talk.
You could also be mad at your friend and say that, why are you not mad at her? You can be mad at her. Right? She told you to fight. She pushed you to do it. So is she your friend?
And after what happened, Malika will never be the same again. Yeah. After hearing that she got shot, and later finding out that she died, that stuff really messed with her.
Yeah, she's dead. Malika must be a different person. Must not be the person who's dead.
It's just so sad how this has changed so many lives.
Yeah, see. Here we go. It's changed so many lives. One of you has suffered the most. I hate this bullshit. Oh, we've all suffered. One of you is dead. Their parents are suffering the most. At least I hope. I hate that shit where we're all suffering. No, one of you is dead. They've suffered the most.
Still to this day. Till this day. Ty, will we ever get through this? Like, ever get through this? I don't know, Kay. I really don't know. I hope we can, but I just don't know. But maybe today could be a start. You're right.
Why are you not mad at your friend who told you to fight? Wouldn't a friend like say, "Hey man, look, no, we don't got to do this." Or if this girl got jumped and this girl jumps in to fight the people jumping her, that's a friend. But why would a friend tell you to fight? Is that a friend? See how they're not blaming each other? They're trying to, but then they kind of remove accountability. Oh, we're all suffering. Let's just nah, that wouldn't be good enough for me. If you told my friend to fight and it resulted in a girl being shot, if this was my daughter, I would tell her to never hang out with this girl again. I might even just pull you out of the fucking school.
So that's play acting, but my God, it's our reality, isn't it, in this city? We've had 27 teenagers shot, and it's only March 7th.
Yeah, see? And now they do it again. We've had 27 teenagers shot.
God, it's our reality, isn't it, in this city? We've had 27 teenagers shot, and it's only March 7th.
Oh, that's such bullshit. Let me timestamp that. I'm gonna add that comment. I like,
isn't it, in this city? We've had 27 teenagers shot, and it's only March 7th.
okay, so 5:53. There's a little comment. We had 27 teenagers shot and it was only March 7th. What are the demographics of the teens who were shot? What are the demographics of the shooters? Why is the news always trying to hide and protect the trigger pullers? I fucking hate that. See, and right there, he's complicit. And this is why I hate the news. We're literally watching a play about violence that occurs in the black community, right? And we're watching a play about violence in the black community. And then this piece of shit, spineless coward, says he follows the rules. He's pretending to be moved from the situation, but he still doesn't come out and say, what's the truth? 27 teenagers shot. From which community and who shot them? You're a coward. Period. That's all you are.
God, it's our reality, isn't it, in this city? We've had 27 teenagers shot, and it's only March 7th. I think this is going to be effective.
We hope so. I mean, that's the message that we're trying to give. You know, Childhood Laws does, you know, art with a purpose. You know, and you know, as you can see, you know, when we get into it, it's as real as we can get. You know.
How do we get tickets?
You can go to childhoodslostfoundation.org, or you could go to Childhood's Lost to Play on Eventbrite. We have 3 shows, 2 on Saturday, a 2 o'clock and a 7 o'clock show.
Yeah, again, that just pisses me off. You're saying to be moved by this community that's plagued with violence. But again, you hide the statistics. It's a lie by omission. It's fucking disgusting. So anyway, I'm big time. We're going to come back at 9:15 and see if Wicked will jump on. It's news to me. We'll be back.